Hey, what's going on, guys? So in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to record your screen for free with this software called OBS Multiplatform, aka Open Broadcast Software Multiplatform. Nearly forgot what it was called then. So I'm just going to show you the best settings in my opinion. So to change the settings, just click on the settings button right down here. And by the way, if you want to see if you're recording or not, if this profile is grayed out, then yeah, that means you are recording. That's not why it was implemented to this program. It's just you can't edit the profile when you're recording, so that's how I can tell. And this is always as the preview, it's always here. So just go ahead and click on the settings tab, and then in the general tab you can just set your language and your theme. I have my theme at dark and my language is as English, because I'm obviously English. Stream, just leave this at default because I'm not going to do anything with that, but you can mess around with it because it's not that hard to understand what you're going to do, at least with the server or the stream key, especially not the server, and the service. So just go to the output tab and the video bitrate. This depends, so I'm just going to go ahead and search on Google Chrome YouTube recommended bitrates, or just YouTube recommended bitrate. As you can see, it comes up with this chart here. There'll be a link in the description for this. If there's not, just search that up, but there should be anyway. So as you can see in the settings tab or on the video, it says the highest quality is 1080p 60 fps. Well, it says 1080p 60, which means 60 fps 1080p. So for the bitrate, if you're recording at 1080p and you're going to record at 48, 50 or 60 fps, which I'm recording at 60 and 1080p. So where it says 12 megabytes per second, Mbps for short, basically what that means is when you're in OBS, don't put 12. What you want to actually do is put in 1,000 or 12,000. Sorry. So basically you're just timesing it by 100 if I'm doing that correctly. Chances are I'm not, but yeah, that was just a guess right there. The rough guess. So yeah, it depends on what you have. If you have 7.5, then 7, yeah, I can't be bothered to work it out, but you know what it is, so you can use a calculator if you want to do that. But yeah, as you can see, for 360p 30 fps or 24, that's 1 megabyte per second, which is not that much compared to 68 megabytes per second, or megabits, whatever, which is not 1080p, is 12 or 2160p, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, to be honest, 4K 60 fps, or 40 or 50. So yeah, that was just the chart, and you can see the recommended audio bitrates for uploads. So we're going to be using stereo, but I'll get onto that in a minute. So you can just go ahead and go out of that, which you found your video bitrate, and you don't have to have those, but they're recommended for the quality and frame rate. So the audio bitrate, the highest is 320, and you want the best quality, so just let the one that's furthest down, which is, at the time of recording this, 320. I was going to say 380p for some reason, I don't know why, and I know it's 360p, I was just thinking of, don't know why I was just saying that. And then you could just go ahead and go to the recorded path. You can ignore the enable advanced encoder settings, have that unchecked. And you can just go ahead and click browse, and then browse wherever you want to save them. Most people would just have it as, say, like D, or wherever your drive is, such as like D and then OBS, but I have it as in my social media folder, my channel. And yeah, I'm very organised, so that's basically what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I have it in my videos folder, and it's a raw video, so I have it in that folder, and then I have it in OBS, so it's easy to find what thing or what program I recorded it with, as these are default at the moment. So generate file name without spaces. Basically, say you typed in a name. If you don't, by the way, it would just have the date you recorded it, such as like 19/1/2016, and I was just saying that because that is what the time is right down here. But yeah, so you can just go ahead and check that if you have a name such as recording, I don't know, say you changed it to recording 2 or 3 or whatever you went to. So if you had it recording 2, if you had generate file name without space, pretty self-explanatory, but basically it would just say it as recording 2 instead of recording space 2, which is pretty obvious as you can see. But yeah, So the recording quality, just have that as same as stream, which would be in the video tab, or if I'm incorrect, then that's the stream, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But it says recording quality, and this is not in the stream tab, so yeah, I'm not sure about that, but I assume that's the video quality. So I just leave that as same as stream. And I did not know that. A lossless quality, tremendously large file size. I think I'm going to test it out, see how big it is. That'll be cool. And the recorded format is MP4. That's the most recommended, and the most suitable is in like the best thing you can use basically for your editing softwares, such as Sony Vegas. So you can import them the easiest, more than whatever M3U8 is. And FLV is default. I used to think that was an OBS format. I never knew how to change it, but then I changed the format name. But in this one, you don't need to change it. That was just in normal OBS. So just have that set to MP4. Custom mutes settings, however you pronounce that. Don't have anything there because you don't need to. At least that's what I have it as. And some of these you can see are grayed out, but they won't be for you unless you're recording. And that's why it's grayed out, because I am recording with this. So just go to the audio tab and then have the sample rate as 48 kHz, and then the channel as stereo, and your desktop audio device, that's basically your speakers. So I have mine at the HD audio, which has for some reason been renamed. And you can set your desktop audio, or not desktop audio device, sorry, your microphone audio device to whatever you use. Say you had a Yeti microphone, a Blue Yeti that is, and you used a program that gives it a different, not output format, but say with Voice Meter, as you can see, when I'm recording with it, basically all it does is just makes a new, I'm not sure how you say it, but a new format, or whatever you would like to call it, that says Voice Meter output, which is what I have for the actual settings. Because if I have it as my Yeti stereo microphone, that would just be the default. It won't have the effects, so you might want to watch out for that. But I'm not going to do that, as I record it in Audacity, as you can see. And now what you want to do is just go ahead and go to the video tab, and the more you have, by the way, is the amount of tracks you have, but I won't recommend doing that because I'm not sure how to use it, but yeah, I'm not sure. So the video output is currently active, meaning I am recording right now, which is true, and that's how I know it. I just know that straight away. And it says please turn off any outputs to change your video settings. I'm not going to change them, I'm just showing you. So in the video tab, have the renderer, not for everyone. For most people it would be at Direct 3D 11 or whatever it is, Direct 3D 12 it could be in the future, most likely will be. But some people might use OpenGL. I'm not sure which one suits me, or which one is actually on my system or something. So I just keep it as that, but I might do some research about that. So the video adapter, that's just grayed out for me, but I think it has ones like AMD or Nvidia or whatever graphics card you have. To my knowledge, those are the only two, but I might be wrong. There's probably like 1,000 others. So you just select your one there, or just have it grayed out, which is fine. Don't worry about that. That would just be default basically. So the base canvas resolution is what your monitor is set to. So just right click on the desktop, and for Windows 8 and under, or 8.1 and under, this will say screen resolution, just click on that. But for Windows 10 and up in the future, or at least at Windows 10 at the moment, it says display settings. So click on that, and normally it would just come up something like this. But what you need to do is go ahead and go to the bottom and then click the advanced display settings option right there. And as you can see, the recommended for me, and also the highest, is 1920 by 1080. So that's what I'm going to have here. But if it's say still 1920 by 1080, but you set it to 1280 by 720 on your in that display settings, in those display settings, but the highest is actually different, then just do whatever it is at the moment, not the highest, unless that's what you want to use. So the output scale resolution, that's if you want to downscale it to say 720p, and your monitor's 1920 by 1080, but you don't want to change it every time you record or anything, then just go ahead and set this to 1280 by 720 and keep the base canvas resolution the same as what you're using on the desktop right now. So the downscale filter, just have that as Big Bic. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I'm really sorry, but you can see what it is. Sharpen scaling 16 samples. So just keep it as that. Have common FPS values. You can click on that and then change it. Just have it in common FPS values. Have that to 60, or you can record in 30. But if you do, you need to change your bitrate, as I said earlier. So I just have it at 60 because that's what I record at, and that's the bitrate I used. So in the hotkeys tab, you've got all these hotkeys. So basically, for me, when I press F4 on my keyboard, that starts recording, and stop recording will be the same. So don't think if I press it won't record, because start and stop is set to the same thing. It won't do that. Basically, if you press it once, it will start, unless it's already recording, obviously. And then when I press it F4 again, or whatever you have, but for me it would be F4, it will stop recording, unless something messed up or something. You can have switch to scene and show /I desktop or whatever, but I'm not going to do that, and I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I haven't been bothered to work that out. So yeah, so I just set the start and stop recording to F4. That's all I changed in there. In the advanced tab, the audio buffering time, have that at 1000. The colour format, MV12, I'm pretty sure these are default. The YUV colour space, have that 709. Have the YUV colour range as partial. The stream delay, have that disabled, so don't have it enabled checked. Duration seconds, have that 20 seconds, I couldn't say that then. Preserve cutoff point, increase delay when reconnecting, just have that checked. And automatically reconnect, enable, and then retry delay 10 seconds. And maximum retries, have that 20, yeah, just 20, that's it. And then what you want to do is to go ahead and click apply and then OK. I'm just going to do cancel because I don't want to mess up anything. So that was how to record with OBS. Hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully it helped you. And just if you're wondering why it's got so many, I'm not exactly sure myself. But yeah, so don't ask me about that. But just in case you were wondering, at least without, you don't have to ask me now. At least you know that I don't know. So yeah, hopefully this helped you. If it did, then leave a like. And yeah, I hope it helped you. And subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you next time. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.